How's it going? My name is Stuart, and this is my career mode gems/bargains video, but for the attackers. It's been 2 months since I did my last video, which was on the defenders. I said I would have a video up really soon. Unfortunately, it's taken ages, but the response to my last video was really, really good. I'm really surprised actually at how well it was received, which has made me want to come back and make this video. A lot of people said it helped them out, so hopefully I can help you out again this time round. Again, 3 players, same format as last time. Might as well just get straight into it. So the first player on our list is Deshorn or Deshorn Brown. I'm not entirely sure how to pronounce it. He is a 24-year-old Jamaican striker. He currently plays for Valarenga in Norway. He's 6'2", and he's got 4-star weak foot and 4-star skill moves. His preferred foot is his right foot. However, obviously with his 4-star weak foot, it means he's just as good. Well, not just as good. Almost as good with his left foot. Obviously 4-star skill moves, very important if you're a kind of player that uses a lot of skills. Even if you're not, to be quite honest, it's nice to occasionally just kind of mash the analog stick and hope for the best when getting by somebody. His work rate is a medium, which, to be quite honest, for a striker isn't too bad at all. Sometimes if you've got high work rates, just high attacking work rate for a striker, you can sometimes find them in the wrong position and they just want to move about, whereas lower their work rate, more likely they are to just kind of stay in the box and feed off chances. His overall rating is 67, and his potential is 71, so he's got a growth of 4. Obviously, it's not the highest overall or potential, but I've used this guy before, and he plays a lot higher, than his overall, which would suggest he'd be a good signing for anyone in England from League 2, or maybe a bit out your price range, but League 1 if you can afford them, definitely Championship. If he plays for you in the Championship, then you've got a great player on your hands there. Even, to be quite honest, for a kind of lower half of the table Premier League club, he could more than easily do a job for you off the bench. He's a very, very good player. If you take a look down at his stats, obviously the first 2 things that pop out is the 2 greens, is acceleration and his sprint speed at 81, 83 respectively. Obviously he's very quick, and obviously he combine his pace with his height. Means you've kind of got a complete forward, you could say. He's got 66 finishing, which obviously isn't the highest it could be, but still it's good enough for the level you're going to play him at. Well, should you sign him. 66 is still a good enough finishing stat, and obviously the more you play him, and if he scores goals, that'll improve. He's still got 4 overall points to increase by, so his finishing will go up no problem at all. If you look over at the power section, decent stamina, so he'll last throughout your games. His strength is 70. He's obviously got good shot power, and he's pretty agile, so he's a very sort of well-rounded striker. His heading accuracy is 64. If you look at the fact he's 6'2", he's good in the air, plus he's pacey. It means you can kind of mix it up, and you've got a dynamic forward who can kind of do something a bit different with the ball. You can sort of do it in. Combine that with his high skill moves. It means you've got a cracking player in your hands. He should cost around about £1 million, just under £1 million you'll be looking at. So like I said, if you're in the Championship looking for a striker, you can't do any wrong than him. He would be a perfect player for you. And to be quite honest, you'd be daft to say no if you'd afford him and you're looking for a striker. So that's Deshorn Brown, and let's move on to our next player. So the last one went on for a wee bit longer than what I was hoping for, so I'll try and make this one a wee bit shorter and sweeter. Our next player is Gyasi Zardes. He's a 23-year-old American right midfielder who currently plays for LA Galaxy in the MLS. Now if you look at his positions, he's also capable at striker and at left mid. Before, when I've used him, I've played him at striker. I personally feel that's where he's best suited, but he's great at right mid as well. He's very versatile, like I said. He is 6'2" as well, just like the last player. He has 4-star weak foot and 4-star skill moves as well, just like the last player. His work rate is high and medium. His preferred foot is his right foot. And his overall is 71, and he's got the potential to reach 76. Now, like I said, obviously he's very good at right mid. He's obviously got the skill moves to beat a man. He's got the weak foot, so he can play in either wing. He can put in a cross on either foot. He's actually, with his overall at 71, if you play him up front, he's actually rated at 72. So he does have the better rating when he's played up front. Believe it or not, so it's an option for you to have. You can play him out right mid, you can play him out left mid, you can play him up front. He's very versatile. If you need a player in any of those three positions, then for cheap, then Gyasi Zardes is your man. If we take a look down at his stats, the first thing obviously that pops out is his movement, his sprint speed. He's got high acceleration, high sprint speed, and high agility. He's also got very high stamina, which is very important. He'll obviously last all game for you. He's got that turn of pace that really makes him, he can get by defenders a lot easier. Obviously, with his 4-star skill moves, the man's an absolute gem, to be quite honest. He's got 74 dribbling, which means again, he can play out in the wings, or he can play up front. He's 71 finishing. Sorry. So obviously, he'll put away your chances to get better finishing again. I sort of view Gyasi as an upgraded version of Deshorn Brown. That's what I think, anyways. He's got heading accuracy of 70, which again he's very good in the air. He's jumping 78 and his strength 79, so he's very good in the air. He'll be able to beat most defenders to the ball, and obviously add that into his 6'2" height. I was about to say 7'2" there. His 6'2" height. He's pretty much an unplayable striker on his day. He's an absolute gem of a player. And if you've got a wee bit more money to spend, and you are looking for a striker or even just a winger, then I think Gyasi Zardes is your man. Like I said, he's higher rated as a striker. He's a very good player. He's got a lot of strengths. He's dribbling. He's a good finisher. He's got a lot of pace. He's got good stamina, and he's tall. He's good weak foot and skill moves. So Gyasi Zardes is my second player. Let's just move on to our third and final player now. Now, our third and final player is Callum Harriot. He's a 21-year-old left midfielder from England. He currently plays for Charlton Athletic in the English Championship. He is he's 5'5", so he's a very small player. He's got 3-star weak foot, 3-star skill moves, and he starts off at 67 with the potential to reach 74. So he's, like I said, good. Well, sorry, like before, he's got a good overall for League One especially, but he'd be brilliant in League One. He's also got a good overall for the Championship as well. And again, like I said, lower Premier League teams, he'd be a good impact sub off the bench. 74 potential, obviously, he's got a lot of room to grow. He could grow by 8. So, a good player for the future. He's only 21, so he's got a lot of room to grow. And with training, he could even exceed his potential easily. If we take a quick look down at his stats just now, again, like the last two players, the first thing that stands out is his sprint speed. Again, he's 89 acceleration, brilliant. Sprint speed's 87, his agility is 83, his balance is 91, which is brilliant because it means he can easily change direction really quickly to get by a man. He also doesn't have the skill moves as high as the other two, but he's got that quick change of direction that can get him away from defenders with ease, essentially. The one downside to him is his stamina. His stamina is unfortunately only 55, but if you bring him into your club, you could just train him up in the training drill, beat a man, which improves kind of all the things that you need from a winger, basically, but that also includes his stamina. So if you train him up in that, obviously stamina will increase, or find another drill really that covers his stamina, and basically just try and boost his stamina up as high as possible. It's a shame, unfortunately, that it's so low, but he'd be perfect impact sub. If you're bringing him off the bench, he could do some damage late on in the game, and defenders are tiring, and he's got that high pace, high agility, etc., to really basically get you goals in the final third and the closing stages of matches. His dribbling is 75, so again, like before, he can beat a man easily. Good ball control, decent long shots, so if you're looking to kind of buy homegrown players rather than kind of going abroad, if you're an English club, you're thinking I want to kind of keep a core English sort of nucleus to the team, then Callum Harriot is your man. I know it says he plays left mid. He's not, but you could play him right mid if you want to. He would come in at, again, under $1 million. I didn't mention before, but Gyasi Zardes was probably just over $1 million. But Callum will come in under $1 million, possibly maybe around about $1 million. You could whittle that down to about 800,000 if you need be. but he's a great player, a lot of pace, he's got the potential to beat players, so I think that you could sign all three of those players, and they would all do an absolutely brilliant job for you. So that is my career mode gems and bargains video for FIFA 16 for the attackers. I hope it's helped you out in any way, and if you found it useful, if you have, then give it a thumbs up or comment, if you found it useful, or any other players within the kind of the mould who are cheap and very good and kind of go under the radar, just kind of help any fellow FIFA 16 players out. Subscribe if you want to see any more. I'll hopefully be getting a lot more of these put up as part of my New Year's resolution. Whether or not I do, I don't know, but if this gets really well received, then I'll definitely do more. That's what happened with my last video. Really well received, and so I've decided to do another one. Again, hope it helps you, and hopefully I'll see you again very soon.